I got a bump, we ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump, fun.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hamilton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. And they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
This is intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over here up near the 40. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
From the 46, here's second down and 2.
Let's go now.
Here's Cook again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice...
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Bills use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. 3rd down and 6.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Bengals at 12-4 now on the year. And they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl front runners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Nice little nifty play for them there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. You look at this Buffalo defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Here we go.
This is Brown going up the middle. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Here's 2nd and 3.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Bills will take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
On 1, ready? Here we go, here we go. 11, Thomas. Stop.
Now Bonner. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay,
here we go.
I can stand up when the going gets tough
12,
in here.
12.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This pass caught. It's Woods. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Touchdown, Bengals! Jamar Chase, his 19th touchdown now of the season, and the Bengals have taken the lead. McPherson now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's caught. It's a rookie from Oregon. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from evening this one up. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short...
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 104 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have broken the tie. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
11, 11, 11. 11, MT, tape.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
I'm 1, ready?
Here's 2nd and 10.
12, 12, 12. Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Flush to his right. Now Burrow loses the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Still going. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 183 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Let's go.
They run it again with Cook. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2nd and 10.
Let's get set. Don.
Here's a quick throw to Higgins out wide. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
4th down, but Burrow stays put.
11.
They're going for it.
Here we go. Here we go. Eleven mighty. Don.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. And the Bills are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills. So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Bengals 14. York to kick off.
New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
11 MT.
Burrow looking to pass. That one caught downfield by Watson. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Looking deep here for Chase. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Anthony Schwartz in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. It's caught inside the 25. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 50 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are back within a score. McPherson on for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Taken down at the 42.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Back to throw. Hamilton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
First down, Bills.
18 Cardinal.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now a give right side. Norris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Hamilton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to. and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Third quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be second and 10. The slot man in motion right. Now it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
So now third and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now Burrow. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
11.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the...
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So second and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 95 catches for him now on the year, and it's a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, He just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gun.
To the air again, Burrow. Flushed out right. This is caught. It's Woods. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Ready?
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it now with Barner. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Motion man is Schwartz. 2nd down and goal. Burrow. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It's a sack for a loss of 4, and that brings up 3rd down and goal.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish a chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
11 empty.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
12. 11.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase from 8 yards out. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Norris. Avoids him at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bengals are right back in this football game. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go, here we go.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And he will find his man Chase complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play. And that's an important completion right there, because that's going to do it. With that last pass, he eclipses Peyton Manning's all-time mark of 5,477 pass yards in a single season. And I think the Engravers, they can get the MVP trophy ready. This has been a year for the ages as he stands alone in single-season passing. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bills will take over possession here up at the 44. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Boy, 227 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, and that is incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Shot.
Throwing, Burrow. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Gun. Shot. Shot.
Here's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, and this is caught at the 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Bills, they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they lose a tough one here to close out the regular season as they finish at 12-5. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.